Good morning. This is Sarah Elizabeth again, and I'm here this morning channeling anything I need to say regarding A Course in Miracles. Like I said in my first couple videos, I am just posting videos each day, being guided and trusting the guidance that I'm getting that's coming through to share with the world sort of the teachings that are coming through Course in Miracles. So this morning I am going to continue on from where I was yesterday, which was in the preface of the course, and I'm going to just dive right in. I left off yesterday. I'll just read a little. This is great. This was at the end of what I read yesterday. We love another in order to get something ourselves. That, in fact, is what passes for love in the dream world. There can be no greater mistake than that. For love is incapable of asking for anything. That's just profound. And, actually I was at a class last night and we were talking about love in the dream world or in this world of illusions, and how when we get into a special relationship, that's what the Course calls a love relationship in the dream world. Essentially what we're doing is we're looking to complete ourselves in someone else. So what we really want to do is be complete and whole before we enter a special relationship, so that we can bring that wholeness to each other instead of taking from each other. We're giving, and in giving we're receiving. So that is the biggest mistake, is looking for ourselves in somebody else to complete us, because we are complete and we're whole and we are beautiful. We're beautiful, beautiful children of God, and we just have to go back and remember that. So, continuing on, it says, only our minds can really join, and whom God has joined, no man can put asunder. It is, however, only at the level of Christ's mind that true union is possible, and has in fact never been lost. The little I seeks to enhance itself by external approval, external possessions, and external love. The self that God created needs nothing. It is forever complete, safe, loved, and loving. It seeks to share rather than to get, to extend rather than to project. It has no needs and wants to join with others out of their mutual awareness of abundance. The special relationships of the world are destructive, selfish, and childishly egocentric. Yet, if given to the Holy Spirit, these relationships can become the holiest things on earth, the miracles that point the way to the return to heaven. The world uses its special relationships as a final weapon of exclusion and a demonstration of separateness. The Holy Spirit transforms them into perfect lessons in forgiveness and an awakening from the dream. Each one is an opportunity to let perceptions be healed and errors corrected. Each one is another chance to forgive oneself by forgiving the other. And each one becomes still another invitation to the Holy Spirit, and to the remembrance of God. Perception is a function of the body and therefore represents a limit on awareness. Perception sees through the body's eyes and hears through the body's ears. It evokes the limited responses which the body makes. The body appears to be largely self-motivated and independent, yet it actually responds only to the intentions of the mind. If the mind wants to use it for attack in any form, it becomes prey to sickness, age, and decay. If the mind accepts the Holy Spirit's purpose for it instead, it becomes a useful way of communicating with others, invulnerable as long as it is needed, and to be gently laid by when its use is over. Of itself, the body is neutral, as is everything in the world of perception. Whether it is used for the goals of the ego or the Holy Spirit depends entirely on what the mind wants. So what they're saying is, we are not really a body. And that's a hard one, because when I first started this, and you'll see in the first couple of lessons, it's trying, you have to make a shift in your perception from, living in your body and thinking that's who you are, to shifting into your mind and knowing that your mind and your thoughts control your body. Your body is just neutral. It's like a puppet. It's like a puppet on a string. Whatever your mind says and tells your body to do, you do. Without your mind, you wouldn't be functioning. You wouldn't be moving around. You wouldn't be emoting. You wouldn't be eating. So your mind is the powerful part of who you are. And your mind is the creator of everything and everything that goes on in your body. And really, everything is neutral until we put our spin on it, right? We put our emotions on things. Things are just sitting in the world, and we are perceiving them. But until we perceive them, they're just neutral. They're sitting there. Like, we see a car and we say, oh, look at that beautiful blue car. Well, to someone else, it might be an ugly blue car. But the car itself is just a car. It's just sitting there, neutral. So, again, we'll get into that a little bit later more. But the opposite of seeing through the body's eyes is the vision of Christ, which reflects strength rather than weakness, unity rather than separation, and love rather than fear. The opposite of hearing through the body's ears is communication through the voice for God, the Holy Spirit, which abides in each of us. The Holy Spirit is living in each of us. His voice seems distant and difficult to hear because the ego, which speaks for the little separated self, seems to be much louder. With all our thoughts, all our problems, all our unhappiness, we have this little person inside us that gets in the way of hearing the voice, hearing the Holy Spirit, what the Holy Spirit has to say. And if we can get quiet enough, we can really hear that voice and hear the peace of God and receive the peace of God. This is actually reversed. The Holy Spirit speaks with unmistakable clarity, overwhelming appeal. No one who does not choose to identify with the body could possibly be deaf to his messages of release and hope, nor could he fail to accept joyously the vision of Christ in glad exchange for his miserable picture of himself. So there's a choice involved in living in heaven on earth. We can choose to live in ego, which is our false made-up self, and happiness is based on all the things outside ourselves, or we can choose love and truth, and we can choose to listen to the Holy Spirit, which is always constant and always inside ourselves and can bring us to that peaceful place no matter what's going on around us. Christ's vision is the Holy Spirit's gift, God's alternative to the illusion of separation and to the belief in the reality of sin, guilt, and death. It is the one correction for all errors of perception, the reconciliation of the seeming opposites on which this world is based. Its kindly light shows all things from another point of view, reflecting the thought system that arises from knowledge and making return to God not only possible, but inevitable. What was regarded as injustices done to one by someone else now becomes a call for help and for union. Sin, sickness, and attack are seen as misperceptions, calling for remedy through gentleness and love. Defenses are laid down because where there is no attack, there is no need for them. Our brothers' needs become our own because they are taking the journey with us as we go to God. Without us, they would lose their way, and without them, we could never find our own. So that is talking about the separateness. And our brothers in the Course are all of the people around us, our brothers, our sisters. We are together. We're all one in this. And we help each other. We can't do it. We can't come to God without seeing God in our brothers and sisters. Forgiveness is unknown in heaven, where the need for it would be inconceivable. And again, forgiveness is thinking differently, correcting our perception. However, in this world, forgiveness is a necessary correction for all the mistakes that we have made. To offer forgiveness is the only way for us to have it, for it reflects the law of heaven, that giving and receiving are the same. So when we look on our brothers and sisters without judgment, we're giving them love and acceptance. And in turn, we're giving ourselves love and acceptance. Heaven's the natural state of all of the children of God, I choose to say, as He created them. Such is their reality forever. It has not changed because it has been forgotten. Forgiveness is the means by which we will remember. Through forgiveness, the thinking of the world is reversed. The forgiven world becomes the gate of heaven, because by its mercy we can at last forgive ourselves. Holding no one prisoner to guilt, we become free. Acknowledging Christ in all of our brothers and sisters, we recognize His presence in ourselves. Forgetting all our misperceptions, and with nothing from the past to hold us back, we can remember God. Beyond this, learning cannot go. When we are ready, God Himself will take the final step in our return to Him. That's so powerful, and that is exactly what this journey is all about. It's about remembering who we really are and who our brothers and sisters are, and that we're all in this together. And in order to find that peace and love and joy, We need to look upon the people that we love without judgment and just accept who they are, and know that when we're having trouble and they're pushing our buttons, others, that's just a cry for love and a cry for help. So that is the preface. I'm really liking doing this. You know, it's a real journey, and I'm so happy to be here and so happy to share what I know. I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know where it's going, but I'm here, and I'm so happy today. And whoever speaking to, I share my love and my joy, and I hold you in perfection. You are perfect, you are whole, and you are complete. Right here in this moment, you're filled with love and joy, and there's God inside. We just have to take the layers off. So, thank you, and I will tune in tomorrow. Have a great day, and God bless.